Alright, welcome back. Well, not back because this is the first video. Welcome, my fellow Warcraft grognards. And you might be wondering, wait, this is not Warcraft. What are we doing? Well, first off, this channel isn't supposed to be only Warcraft. It's what I've been doing for the most part because, that's what people are watching. But it's going to be a little bit of a Warcraft, and we're going to turn it into Warcraft. And my main motto for this series is going to be, what would Arthas do? WWAD question mark. What would Arthas do if he landed in Baldur's Gate 3? So we're going to create ourselves an Arthas copy, a version of Arthas who always lived in the D&D universe, in the Forgotten Realms, and we're going to take him through a journey. We're going to see how he would react to things happening in Baldur's Gate 3 in the Forgotten Realms universe. We're going to see how he would react. We're going to see where that journey would take him. And of course, Arthas being Arthas, he starts as a paladin, but then his own vicious, vengeful nature conflicts with his desire to protect his people, and it may sway him in various dark ways. So I want to, in a way, reenact Arthas's journey, Arthas's fall, if that's where it takes us. I will try to play it naturally. I will try to naturally make the decisions that I think Arthas would make in the given time, and also at the same time try to not break his oath too soon, because I don't want to immediately break his oath, because that would be very anticlimactic. If I break his oath, I want to do it in a suitably dramatic place, but generally I will try to take it with the natural decisions that Arthas, with his normal personality, would make if he was born and always lived in the Forgotten Realms. So without further ado, let's start actually, making the character. And select my difficulty. If you know me, you know that I don't like playing on too high difficulties. I'm definitely not playing on honor mode. I like there are unique. There are unique abilities that bosses and creatures get in honor mode, but what I do not like is having a single save being locked to a single save. And not just because I want to save scum, I want to reload if I fail. Not just because of that, but also because if something breaks, because the game is also modded, if something breaks, then I'm just screwed. And I'm stuck with the one broken save and I just can't continue. And especially when you're recording for YouTube or something else, that is a very bad thing. So we will not be playing on honor mode. I am considering playing custom difficulty. Let's see what we can customize here. I played Baldur's Gate 3 previously, played it in early access and played it a little bit earlier, and I always wanted to have more time to play the game, and I have pretty good motivation to play the game properly, because I can get maybe at least a little bit of an audience, and honor roll set, new mechanics, while action economy damage bonus rules are made stricter. You know what, let's do that. Let's give them the special abilities that will probably kick my ass. Enemy aggression. Attack ruthlessly, efficiently, and that's probably too much for me. Yeah, I'm just making sounds because I just can't decide. I want to give you an entertaining experience, but also I'm looking at the balance challenge and thinking oh, that is going to suck for me. That is going to kick my ass. Okay. Maybe it won't kick my ass. Maybe I'm not as bad as I think. But Okay, for your sake, for your entertainment, I will make this balanced. Character power. Yeah, friendly characters will be stronger and harder to kill in combat. I'm definitely doing that. Because there are sometimes you have to like save certain NPCs, and I wouldn't want. I don't want them like the infamous Gondians who just ran back into. I think they'll probably still do it, to be honest. But if they are harder to kill otherwise, then it will be easier to keep them alive. Enemy loadouts. Items and spell enemies will have access to combat. Okay, we're doing that on balance because, like I said, I'm here to suffer for your entertainment. Additional combat mechanics. Yeah, balanced. Let's keep it balanced. Proficiency bonus. Does this mean that the proficiency bonus will be +0? Or I'll keep it at 0, and if later it shows that if I get 0 from proficiency, then I will change it. Okay. Enemy critical hits, sure. Like it would be very weird if you didn't have enemy critical hits. And we have to have death saving throws. Oh, okay. This is actually if I check no death saving, so it doesn't mean I die immediately. It means the reverse. It means that I just get stabilized. I'll keep the death saving throws. Disable 3 first strikes. Ah. No, that doesn't make sense. Why is it like it's like an ambush, like a surprise? It's kind of like a surprise. Like I'm surprising them. So why do I lose my turn? That's the whole point of a surprise attack. No. Camp cost, not messing with that. Short rest, full heal. No. Trader price modifier. All prices traders ask for their wares are multiplied by this value. All prices you get for your gear are divided by this value. Sure, we'll leave that open, leave that unchanged. Multiclassing. Yeah, we will enable multiclassing. Always prompt reactions. I'll turn that on because I forget stuff. And definitely not hide failed perception rolls. For immersion's sake, I will do that because we have all done that where we have all seen that if we play this game, we have all seen that where you just walk into a room and you just get like a series of failed perception check, failed perception check, failed perception check. Like, okay, there's a bunch of traps in here, and I mostly know where, like in most major locations, there are traps there. I will mostly know that by now. But it's a little bit of an immersion breaker when you not notice that you didn't notice something, you know. Hide passive roles and dialogues. It's the same thing. For immersion's sake, I will say sure, hide it. No, this maybe that breaks immersion, but I want to see that. Because I want to have like the information needed to because I want to have the information needed to make all the proper decisions in the game. How difficulty during rolls? No, definitely not. Okay, so enough with the setting up. Now we'll be setting up again, but this time we'll be setting up the character. We'll be setting up Arthas as a character. I wonder how long it will take us. It probably will not take me very long because as I found out when I started also playing this with a friend lately, we found out I do not take very long in character creation. Like especially when there are like character sliders that you have to like adjust the cheek size, like the length of the not length, the width of the cheeks. Like when you get stuff like that, then I may spend a lot of time. in character creation, because I want to create a character and half the time we have, I think, okay, I will keep that playing because maybe someone hasn't seen that. And when I have to adjust like cheeks or like the distance between the eyes, I will spend a lot of time because I will create some unholy monstrosity and then I can't I can't fix that. I try to fix it, try to make the face look like a normal human being, and it's just not looking like it. So then I spend a lot of time in character creation. But like in Baldur's Gate 3, it's just like a preset face. You just get a set of faces, like in World of Warcraft. You just get a set of faces to choose from, and that's your character creation. Like you can choose like the beards and hairs. You see that in a moment. But yeah, like if you haven't played this game, if you haven't seen that yet, so yeah, these are called mind flayers, and you will learn a lot about them very soon. Maybe I will just talk a little bit about the D&D lore while we're at it, because it is a different universe that maybe not everyone who is on this channel is very familiar with. And yeah, this is how mind flayers reproduce. They stick a worm in your eye, a tadpole, and that tadpole burrows into your brain, and it slowly transforms your body, not slowly, quite quickly, transforms your body into a mind flayer. And we just got implanted with one. Arthas just got implanted with a mind flayer tadpole. And the illicits are now asking us, the illicits, the mind flayers, are now asking us who we are. And over time, over like a week, the tadpole transforms your body into a mind flayer. You don't become a mind flayer. You die. The tadpole takes over your body and you die. That's how it, at least that's how it normally goes in the lore of the Forgotten Realms. And BG3 just seems to contradict it a little bit on that ground, where characters who become mind flayers are kind of treated like they're still the character, the original character. But in the lore, and I will go with that, with the lore explanation that the mind flayer is not the person whose body it took. That's that the character was their victim. You're talking to the person that ate your friend, not your friend. So it's not like a vampire situation. And we will be playing Arthas as the Dark Urge. And because Arthas has a Dark Urge, and I know that technically makes him a very specific character in the game's story, and it will change the story, but that will give us some important things that I think I need to really make Arthas Arthas. And you will see why when we explore more of this character's story, of the Dark Urge's story, and I will not spoil the details of what he is, but we will hear his introduction.
My rancid blood whispers to me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world, and when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair, I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind.
Got a little hint about his backstory
and what happened to me,
lighting up under him.
Before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
You know, the sad thing about the Dark Urge is that a player character is not fully voiced. Like when you will see that as soon, that the decisions you make, like the dialogue options you click, the character doesn't speak them. And The Dark Urge cannot be a companion. All of these guys are also companions, but the Dark Urge cannot be a companion. So he only shows up. So he only shows up as when you play as him. If you play like one of those guys, or if you play your own character, he doesn't really show up. So this voice actor that did this introduction, like you almost like you very hear very little of him. There's like only few dialogue bits that you hear of the player character, and that's very sad because I think this guy did a great job at this whole introduction, and we never really hear him. Okay, now we'll be actually making him Arthas, and first just still is Dragonborn, so we still need to do this. Okay, we're making him, of course, making him human. So far as this is a Netflix version of Arthas. Do we want the big body or the normal body? You know, like in Warcraft, everyone is super buff, so we're taking the big body. Okay. Of course, and you know, I will edit the appearance before I edit the class, because it will be very weird to me otherwise. I need to change the skin color first because it will freak me out. He's not like that pale, but I don't know. You can make like some abnormal skin colors, like you can make a character purple and like pretend it's like some kind of alien or some kind of other race that you can't normally play in BG3. And I don't know why these colors are not working. That is unfortunate because and now suddenly no colors are working. Okay, these colors are working, and that is unfortunate because I really wanted to make him like look very pale, like white later, when he turns like undead, when he turns Death Knight. That is very unfortunate. I guess we can do this. Okay, yeah, I guess we can do this later. But yeah, right now he should be still looking, you know, human. We'll like give him like, yeah, this looks like Arthas. Okay, he doesn't have any scars really. Like, which face is the most Arthas? This guy looks Asian. I got a mod with some extra heads. That is definitely not Arthas. That guy maybe a little bit, definitely not. This guy is probably meant for the African American, for the black faces. This guy gives me a bit of an Arthas vibe. We'll see how it goes with the hair and all. No body art, eyes. What color eyes does Arthas have? You know, I have to check that. I have to actually check that. Yeah, but no, not the undead version. Give me like the normal human version of Arthas. I'm googling it. I'm googling it right now to see like what color eyes did Arthas have. It's green, blue. Green. I think that's green. Maybe I'll while editing, I will change that. So like give him like a greenish blue, like, oh yeah, this is the kind of color that I think was in the yeah, I'll give him these eyes. Probably no makeup. Now find him the right. No, I'm starting to think that this might not be. This is like Halsin's hair. Halsin's hair. This is a character that you meet later in the game. I'm not sure. obviously he needs to have long hair, and not that kind of long hair. As like Alfira's hairstyle, and I'm mentioning a lot of characters that you might not know. No, that doesn't feel like Arthas. He's like these long hair that are falling, like something like this, but is that really Arthas? This one says Conquer, but I don't know about this. Yeah, that's probably the most like him. I'm gonna check actually, go just put up a picture of Arthas for myself and check. Yeah, this is probably the most like him so far. Just probably a pretty straightforward, pretty basic hairstyle, but yeah, it looks the most like Arthas. And hair color, and of course he has to be blonde. I don't know if it's that bright. This looks mostly like it. It's like a little dark, a little redder on the picture. Yeah, this looks the most like. This looks the most like him. Okay. I'm not sure about this face now that I see it with the hair. This is the Asian head. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, might stick with that head. Yeah, we picked the highlights. We got no highlights, no graying yet. But maybe we will need that graying for later. But not just check how it will look like on him. Yeah, because we'll just turn him completely white when he like goes undead, if it happens in our game, in our version. Facial hair, the Arthas doesn't have facial hair, but we can like preview what it looks like. It looks it's some very old-fashioned style facial hair. Yeah. Okay, this looks like Arthas to me. All right. So now we're actually going to edit the character, and that is class will be of course going with Paladin at first, and the subclass, because here everyone knows Paladins, they can heal, they can tank for people, and can get the divine sense against celestials, fiends and undead. And for the subclass we are going to go with Oath of the Crown, because I think that it fits Arthas the most. I have considered like Oath of Devotion because it's like the most basic Paladin version, and it colors in blue like it should be. But Oath of Devotion as like really strict on some like evil things that you can do. Oath of the Crown still, but Oath of the Crown is more like lawful. Oath of the Crown is more like lawful paladin, and Oath of Devotion is more like a good paladin, like a lawful good paladin. But the Oath of the Crown gives you, it just asks you to be true to your word most of the time, and the Oath of Devotion will really punish us for trying to do some of the more radical, more evil things. And we want to keep that oath for a little bit longer. We want to break that oath when it's dramatically appropriate. We can pick only one background for the Dark Urge, so it's of course has to be the haunted one. A wicked moment, person or thing that cannot be slain by sword or spell haunts your mind and flickers in your peripheral vision. You carry it wherever your adventure takes you, or perhaps it carries you. Yeah, because he's why I'm playing it is the Dark Urge. Like already talked about this a little bit, but also because There is that moment in like Wrath of the Lich King trailer, I want to say, where we hear Terranos talking about Arthas, and he's like, "The day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas." So there is perhaps the Lich King, perhaps Ner'zhul was looking after Arthas from the very start, and he had him like pinned as his future host from the very start, and we're going with that. Only it won't be the Lich King, it won't be Ner'zhul in this version. And if you played the game, you can figure out who that is going to be that is looking out for Arthas. And now we got to actually name him. And we are naming him Arthas Menethil, of course. And let's proceed. Now we need the Guardian. I haven't really considered who would his Guardian be. Who the Guardian is, if you don't want spoilers, is a very complicated topic. And I'm thinking like, who should it be? Like, without spoiling who the Guardian is. It's like the Illithids want you to see someone who you will trust. The Illithids want you to see a figure that you would trust, that you would like, that you would perhaps be attracted to, because that figure will guide you. And so, as I'm thinking, who would Arthas trust? Like, I could make like Muradin. I could make like Muradin. That would be funny. To have Muradin be his guardian. Could make Jaina. Could make Jaina be his guardian. But if he's not actually acromancing Jaina in this version, like it would be Jaina. Yeah, I'm not going to make it his father, because that's not that kind of guardian that this is. And he only really was attracted to Jaina in the story that I recall. So I guess we're making Jaina a version of Jaina. And we are also going to quickly adjust her a little bit. I think like none of these are exactly Jaina, but the hair is freaking me out, because the hair is just weird. Now I'm going to have to look up a picture of Jane and make it look like her, because I have to now look up like how her hair is supposed to look like in like Warcraft 3 era. Yeah, blue eyes, blonde hair, long blonde hair. So not this, definitely not. None of these modern. Oh yeah, and that mod gives me a lot more hair options for women. This is like Shadowheart's haircut that she gets later. Yeah, this is probably the most like it, but we have to change the hair color to be like a little less white and a little more yellow, because this isn't like a post-Orgrimmar Jaina. This is like a young Jaina. And this is too yellow. This is too white. Okay, I think this is good enough. Like blue eyes, that's okay. No facial hair on Jaina. Makeup, I don't remember like Jaina was wearing any makeup, but sure we'll give her something. Lip tint, okay. I do not see the lip tint. Maybe that's also broken. Ah, tint intensity. Yes. I don't remember what color lips Jaina had, obviously. You know, that is good enough for Jaina. Okay, now we're starting to get to the story proper. I don't know how long we spent in the character creation, but many people will probably spend a lot more time. And keep in mind, keep this character's appearance in mind. His robes, the shape of his robes, because this shape of his robe is different than every other mind flayer. And let me know in the comments below if when we see this character again, let me know when you notice the character with the same getup, with the same robes, because that will be important if you haven't played this game. It's not a spoiler, it's like, you know, just pay attention to the details, because this game does that a lot, where there are a lot of small details to let you figure out some things that maybe sometimes aren't said outright. Like, many people playing this game don't realize this fact even about this guy. And the mind flayers are kidnapping people. These tentacles are teleporting people into the pods for, you know, future infections, for future... to make them future mind flayers. Now suddenly got dragons attacking them, and Githyanki. Remember them. That will also be very important. You have Githyanki, who are these, like, transplanar invaders. So, like, this militaristic race that lives in the astral plane. And they like to ride red dragons. And in the Forgotten Realms in D&D, red dragons are mostly evil. These guys are supposed to be, generally are said to be lawful evil. Which is like, they're evil, but they're very orderly, militaristic evil. As a whole, as a society, doesn't mean that every Gith individual we meet will also be lawful evil. Because, you know, D&D was infamous in the past for, like, making whole races into a specific alignment, saying, like, this race is always chaotic evil. It was infamous for that, and they are trying to steer away from that nowadays. But, no, I even if they weren't trying to steer away from that, I was never a huge fan of, like, making whole races of characters, whole races, a specific alignment, because no, it's a race. Every individual is an individual. They can have their own beliefs. They often are shaped by their society. So often, like, a society, a culture that is like, that's something that we would call lawful evil. Society that is something what we would call lawful evil, that will produce a lot of lawful evil people. But, you know, every individual can break out of his culture's individual needs. Like I'm not going to get into personal details, but I'm also, in many ways, I'm not really agreeing with what the culture in my country is like. Yeah, now we're getting into the story proper. We're seeing one of our future companions in the game. And we are in Hell. We're in Avernus, the first layer of the burning hells. Like the outermost ring of Hell. And these are imps who are about to attack the ship. And now we finally see ourselves, we finally see Arthas waking up in the pod. And because we played him as the Dark Urge, we'll get some special dialogue options. I think. I hope. Okay, this is looking very choppy. I hope that's not going to remain like this.
The blood in your head thrums
Okay, it's better
and
now.
pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are. An overwhelming loss of memory. How you ended up amidst these hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull, besides your name and a headache. But you are in danger.
Yep, and this version of Arthas starts with amnesia, doesn't remember. Yeah. Say your name aloud, you have a part of yourself.
The dark urge. Whatever that is you. You will claw back the truth. But first you have to claw your way out of here.
Alright.
My head.
And we have finally started, and it's time to look around this room carefully.
Breathe deep and move.
And there's some fun options immediately around the room you start with. Yeah, you can sell that later.
Good.
And this is going to be fun.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Yeah, let's investigate the pool. This is the first roll you usually make on this game. And you usually fail spectacularly, but Arthas succeeded.
The casing is fragile. The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
The slightest touch could cause it to crumble, so we want it to crumble, right? Because this is where all the bad things came from. So, you know, we want it to crumble. And boom, we exploded. And we already lost some health. I always like to do that, because you know, there's very little bearing on the actual game, but it's funny.
Not everyone made it out alive.
Yep.
Someone else got out.
Yeah, that was probably Lae'zel, the
Still be
GIF
standing
girl
if we hadn't
that
been
you saw.
attacked.
And we need to make our way like on this top level. Where is that? There. We need to make our way up there. All the way here,
Where
okay.
the hells are we?
Literally. Is anything to pick up here? Okay, just the chest over there. And we also got some gold already. And Arthas is getting his bearings on this strange new place. We see if we can get there, or if we need to like jump. How are you making your way over there, Arthas? Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, walking around, just looting, just looking carefully at every little detail in this game, because this is, you know, this is an RPG, like a proper RPG. Something that we have been missing on the scene for a very long time, and I was here for it, as I really missed like having like a proper RPG with some real depth to the mechanics, some real depth to the character creation.
Cursed. I feel.
Yep, and that is another reason why I always do this, because you got a healing device like right here. And let's go through this sphincter. That's what they decided to call them in this game. I mean, I guess it is a sphincter. It literally is a sphincter, because a nautiloid is a living thing.
What's in here?
That's a goblin Arthas. It's a dead body. That's what's in here. And if you hear a creepy little voice in the background, that's not me. That's the game, and you will see who that voice is very soon.
1,000 years of humanoid history. Elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
Anything else to pick up here? There was something else like this Eldritch tablet. Why doesn't it highlight? When I press Alt, it should highlight things like lootables, but doesn't highlight this brain. I guess I can pick up this brain jar. I can sit in the chair. I don't know why I would do that. And now let's walk on here. And this is an elevator. It will take us up. Yeah, and this is going to be an interesting scene. I wonder how Arthas will deal with that. You should maybe install like an add-on and a mod that lets you see what will break your oath, so I do not break it too easily. I'll try to look for that later.
From this place you'll free us.
And we're talking to a brain.
Before they return. They return.
And I made the game hide the failed checks, so we didn't get a notification, but there is a check here. I know that from playing it earlier. There is a check here that checks if we know what this is. How is a brain talking to us? Apparently Arthas failed this check, and this, you know, it makes sense because he's like half brain dead right now. Who am I talking to? A man or a man or a brain?
Born new from this husk.
You realize you're
Ah,
talking to
there
an
is the check.
intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
Yeah, Arthas would definitely kill that. I hope that doesn't immediately break my oath. I really hope it doesn't immediately break my oath. He will ask first. You sound afraid. Why?
So many enemies.
Yeah, Arthas will definitely destroy the brain. And some people will be screaming at me in the comments. And some people will be screaming at me in the comments because this is a potential like quasi companion you can get in the game. Okay, I had to take a very small break, but we're back here. And as I was saying, people will be screaming at me in the comments, people who played this game previously, because this brain thing is like a companion-like character that people really like. But you know, this is what Arthas would do. Arthas wouldn't like look at the brain, the minion of the mind flayers, and go like, oh yeah, no, let's make it friendly. No, Arthas would look at this thing and he would go, "You are beyond redemption." You know, that's what he did. And we are not going to have us in this game, because this is Arthas. And I am thinking how Arthas is going to react to the next thing we are about to see. Remember the lady from the intro?
This is your end.
She's like basically the protagonist of this game.
And your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon swing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Yeah, Arthas would also like probably freak out at seeing someone like this and think like, is this like some kind of orc? Some kind of half orc? And who are you?
Your only chance of survival.
What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mind.
I'm an Arthas, not a thrall.
Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers.
We are turning into mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority.
I forgot to change his voice. There is a voice option, like
Exterminate the imps. Then
2-3
find
voices
Helm and
per
take control
gender.
of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
And our first combat against imps. Okay, and if you don't know D&D, if you don't know Baldur's Gate 3, you get an initiative system where every character has their own position in the initiative order. And being that we are very close to each other in initiative, and there is no one else in the initiative order between us, we can play interchangeably. But I like to still play them in order, unless I have like a specific strategy in mind, and I never do. So let's start by just going ham on, because she's like a warrior. She's a fighter, which is like a D&D's version of a warrior. And she can carry everything that is here. Because the strength means you can carry more stuff in this game. And she can't really do much else, she can't reach anything else, so we will end it in her turn. And now let's see Arthas. Righteous Clarity, target yourself or an ally to additionally grant the target's proficiency bonus to their attack rolls. How does it last turns? Bonus action, it costs a channel oath charge. Should we waste this on the first combat? I don't remember how many charges you get at the first level, so we will not waste it immediately. Let's just attack. He has a shield. Only now notice he has a shield, but is this like versatile? This versatile. So we're going to take off this shield, and he's going to go two-handed on this in the future.
Another step forward.
Because, you know, it's Arthas, she should be going two-handed. Yeah, we'll not expend that oath charge, maybe later when we're like fighting Commander Jolk or something. Okay, we're back to Lae'zel. Two imps are already dead.
Taking position.
She could probably kill this guy, but she can't reach him, so can we do this? Rush attack, not enough movement, alright. So we'll have to shoot it. Did you switch? You didn't switch. I said switch. Oh, she doesn't have a ranged weapon yet. Yeah, I know, she does have a ranged weapon. She does have a short bow, so why aren't you switching? Okay, I don't know why the button wasn't working. And always, if you play this game, always remember to switch back. Always remember to switch the weapon set back to the melee, because you don't get attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons.
I won't give in.
So, always have, if you're playing this and you didn't know this, it's always a good thing to remember. And he will probably kill this.
You proved surprisingly adequate.
Yes,
Now,
she's starting to get the hots for Arthas. Okay, let's give Arthas a ranged weapon too, but you have to keep to the melee weapon first. I don't remember if there was anything else in this room besides a couple of dead imps. Tentacle aquarium, which I do not advise breaking. Yeah, probably not much else left. Oh, there's a dead body. Dead thrall. So, guess no war chief in this timeline. And nobody got even hurt. So...
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
You can dye armor in this game, so I'll probably dye Arthas' armor blue later. Like maybe when I get like some real armor, not this like starting armor that has no stats on it. Or maybe I will, if I have enough dyes. Because, you know, the aesthetics is everything. in the end. It's more important than stats or anything of the sort. Okay, this is also a very interesting room. Let's see if Arthas recognizes anything here.
I can make no sense of it.
Another mystery. Can't read this script.
Let's push the button, see what happens. Yeah. I don't remember. One button can kill them. Another button will, you know, wake them up, as you can see right now.
Taking position.
Yeah, this is very easy. Would I make them the difficulty? Okay, nothing really else to do.
These days.
Okay, Arthas. Let's not use the oath charges yet. Can't really... No, now it works. Okay, so shoot this guy. Yeah, you don't... everyone can use the ranged weapons in this game, so it's not like paladins in World of Warcraft who are blocked from using ranged weapons. Okay. Oh, he actually hit us, but we saved, so he hit us, but he didn't hit us. Okay. Pommel strike, sure. But that's what we're going to do. And he's almost dead, and Arthur should be able to finish him.
Peace.
Yep. Now let's loot everyone, make sure. Empty, empty. Oh, there's a backpack here, didn't know that. Is it hers? Yeah, and there is a character here that will be very important. Maybe she will end up as Jaina. But she will react to things very differently than Jaina would.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
Maybe he does at this point.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry, please.
Okay, let's try something.
The console appears dormant.
Look for a switch or
The
release.
mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Yeah, hit it.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Alright. We have to find like a key.
Must power this thing.
And we gotta look around the room. More brain jars.
Brain in a jar.
And we picked it up. And is that the one that you can bring to Act 2? We'll see. I'll try to keep it in my inventory until Act 2.
A Githyanki warrior, and centuries.
I should have been picking these up. Medium toughness, so it would be very hard to break with like attacks. We don't have like a rogue. Yeah. Unless we do like 10 damage. And we should do like 10 damage at once. 22 damage. We have to do 22 damage at once, which would be, you know, very hard at this point. Can like throw this and break it. That did no damage. Yeah, because of medium toughness. Okay. I don't think I am very... Yeah. I don't even have the tools available to... We didn't loot any yet. You know, I will pick up the whole goddamn chest. And I will open it later when we get someone who has the skills to open these things. And we should check out this room in the back here.
Here goes nothing.
We found the key, but this is not what the key is for.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
Dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
She will notice us later. There is more stuff to pick up here. Oh, this is like... this is one of those cheat things. That I don't know if I want to mess with that right now. We were playing with a friend and he's got one of those cheat things for us.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
But there are other controls in this room first. Like, do I want to open up those cheat ones? No, maybe, you know, for the aesthetics. We'll try something out for the aesthetics of it. You know, like gilded half-plate armor. Let's see how that looks on him. Yeah, that looks a little more like Arthas. Yeah, we're not trying really hard to make something that is like very powerful. We'll just get the aesthetics, you know, to look good, to look like Arthas would. Yeah, not Sharon. Will not put Sharon stuff on Arthas. Concentration probably will not be very crucial for Arthas. Yeah, let's just make him look good. Maybe I will cut this up a little bit. This will probably make sense to have for Arthas. How does it look like behind us? Sure. Yeah, not yet. I will keep that, those like undead themed items for later. Like, okay, here I got him this, and like hands. I need to find some hands that fit him. Offhand weapons, so that doesn't benefit us. Night Warden, no. Okay, I guess we'll put these gloves on. Yeah, but the Selenite one has are more blue, which is what I need on Arthas, really. Maybe I'll pull the Selenite stuff on him. Because of course not the actual Selenite, because, you know. But we can disable the helmet, so we can still show his luscious golden locks. Selenite, this is like the druid stuff. Yeah, now that is not blue really. Sure, we'll keep this. Selenite robe, no. We got heavy plate boots. Selenite boots. I'll probably cut most of this so we don't have to watch me like go through these items painstakingly, and they're not very well sorted either. It's Night Warden, Monastic, Night Warden, Selenite plate boots. Yeah, that's looking more. That's starting to look a lot more like Arthas, like cloak. Spell attack was not really. That doesn't really help him either. Yeah, sure, let's put that on him until... is that what it looks like? Yeah, this should look better. Yeah. Okay, now this looks a lot more like Arthas. We're, we're going with that for the looks of it, not for to make him up OP. But we have to, I almost forgot we have to push this. Place your hand on the console.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
But now we also have to go back over there, back to the other girl we saw in the pod, in the other room. Now we have to try to open her pod. So as we get back to her, what is going to happen? Are we going to free her, or are we going to turn her into a monster? Let's see.
The console appears dormant.
Insert the rune into the socket.
The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive, or transform her like that other unfortunate?
Let's take a... Arthas, does he have any skill at the Arcana? He does not really. So take a closer look at the powered up console and we'll see if that tells us anything. It does not.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays its purpose. It could do anything. It could even transform the occupant of the pod, like what happened before.
Okay. Once, yeah, what do people say? Like when they're doing something risky. YOLO!
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Okay. I wonder what happens if you press this. I don't want to lose Shadowheart if that's what can happen here. No, I'm not going to ignore the feeling. You'll notice the difficulty class is 2, so you only fail it if you critically fail.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind.
I wonder if there is like a voice mode where you can add like the Warcraft 3 voices from Arthas, so that like, if I click on the ground it will go, "You are beyond redemption."
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Did you feel what I just felt just before? We were in each other's heads.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Alright then, let's get going. I'm Arthas Menethil.
Shadowheart. One moment.
Pay attention to that. What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
I guess they made me the leader, or already. And that is not the way to the helm. It was probably this way, if I remember. Yeah, we can heal here if we were damaged at all, which we weren't. Okay, I must have pressed something wrong.
We are nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Kanyank.
These two will be fun together. Oh yeah, I just realized that there is nudity in this game that maybe I will just edit it in post-production. So I can see it, but YouTube doesn't see it and doesn't get mad at me.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape.
Notice this is not the same mind flayer that put the worm into our heads. He looks different, he has different armor. Do pay attention to that. And there is actually an achievement here, achievement that I already got, but we can get something special here, and we will try that. And we're already missing, so that's fun. Yeah, show the hell pig. Yeah, how'd you like that, pig? You now we can say you are beyond redemption, pig, because this is actual pig from hell. This is an actual pig that is beyond redemption. Alright, more imps. Now we rolled rather low on the initiative, so it will take us a while. And okay, Shadowheart. Can you hit the commander? 16%. Don't know if there is a point to even try. Sure, destroy the imp, and then we can continue. And you put Shield of Faith on Lae'zel, because she will be moving next.
Swift and lethal.
Don't attack Arthas, attack the pig. You can attack over Arthas? Okay.
Taking position.
Now Commander Jolk. And you can get his sword if you manage to kill him in this intro. I don't know what's happening now that I'm being shown this. That's never happened before. Alright. Can we loot anything from this? Not really. That is dead.
At the ready.
So yeah, let's try to kill the commander, because we can get a special sword that is very good early on in the game. We will also get... Yeah, we got only one oath charge at this level. So yeah, we can't really get to this guy either. Yeah, we will try to kill him for his burning sword, because that is a rare enough thing that will be very useful early on in the game.
To focus. On my
Okay,
way.
Shadowheart. You only have one charge of this guiding bolt, so we will try the Sacred Flame on the imp. Sacred Flame normally is very bad, but it actually landed here, so
Time to
good.
strike. Make way.
I may have made this a little bit too easy with the difficulty settings, because we're like pretty much done with everything, and yeah.
Take this ship, Legion.
I will not leave him to you, because we do not actually listen to you. And we are going to miss a lot. Oh yeah, should have done that too. Because there's a lot of fiends here. Yeah, we're going to stay here because we will be attacking him a lot.
Onward.
Yeah, now he's saved. And this is why the Sacred Flame is so bad, because it like barely ever lands. He has 40% against him. Still 40%, but let's see. Still missed. We'll try it. We got like 13 turns remaining, so we got a lot of time left.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
It's not going to hit the ground, Arthas. Calm down. Okay, we landed 5 damage. Yeah, let's try to shove him. It worked. Okay.
On my way.
And we also triggered the next cutscene. We are not leaving yet.
Hurry.
It just spawns more enemies. Okay.
End this.
Okay, Shadowheart, go like behind him. And try to start trying to hit these guys. Yeah, this is going much easier than it normally does. So I may have made this a little bit too easy.
Victory awaits.
Hey, Lae'zel, you focus on the big guy. Like, nobody's been damaged yet at all. Opportunity attack. Ha! Okay. We have advantage on attacks against them and still missing half the time, so you know, we gotta deal with these guys too. But if we get too close to the transponder, we might trigger the final cutscene and get out of here. And we want to actually try to kill this guy. Okay, you deal with the 65, that's 60. So just hit them.
Time to strike.
Now first deal with these. If we can land any hits. Just shove the pig. You've still got 11 turns remaining. We can still do this, but now he's got friends coming. Okay, we did 2 damage. I'm no longer sure if we can do this. Like, we don't really have any items, like what I got, Potion of Healing, Scroll of Detect Thoughts, which is not going to be very good here. Got a Firebolt, how much does the Firebolt? 25% chance. No, try to kill this guy. Okay, we got one more down.
Victory awaits.
We don't have any items here. So that's like pretty much all that we can do. Astral Knowledge is not going to help us. We only got Second Wind here, which heals like what, 2 to 11. So maybe not yet. Okay, now he's got friends coming. Yeah, and might not be able to do this actually. It seems easy until you actually, you know, try to get something more complex. It's not really complex, it's just hit this guy, find some things to hit this guy with, and I didn't find anything to hit him with. And yeah, his friends are coming up. You know what? Kill the pig first. 2 damage, okay. Yeah, but we got nothing else to throw at him. Because there are like void bulbs around the area, and at least normally, but I didn't see any. Maybe I'm just blind, but... Okay. Okay, now it's time to heal for her. Yeah, I don't think we can do this actually. Arthas can heal. Okay, he will heal her. And now we can't hit him. So yeah, that was probably not a good idea. Yeah, we might not actually be able to do this. Because once these guys get here, it's going to get a lot more difficult. Saving throws are not going to help us here. Yeah. That gives me 40%, that gives me 25%, so yeah, let's do 40%. Because it actually like 3 damage instead of... She still is so low.
Swift and lethal.
This is a bonus action, yes. Yeah, we might not be able to do this. Despite how easy the rest of it seemed. Yeah, that's disappointing. Yeah, that's disappointing. We're getting away with it.
What path lies before me? Damn these imps. I need to reach the transponder.
I reached the What do you mean not enough movement? It's right here! Okay, and so now people are going to die. Yeah. As easy as it seemed at first. Yeah, Shadowheart, you do something here. There's no point in trying to... Damn it, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing that we're not able to do this. Ah, well. Like, I was there with a friend just a few days ago, and it was so easy to take him down because, like, sure, like we had like 1 more character on us than we do now. Yeah. I don't know.
The Helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
Huh, I didn't know that the webs prevented you from taking falling damage. And we are crashing at the Sword Coast. These characters will be important too, at least for a little bit. So high, if this is awkward, but and we're about to die, or not. The light protected me. Now it's the next morning after that crash.
You half expected your memories to return once you were free of the Mind Flayer ship. But your past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way forth, seeking whatever wrought this tragedy upon you.
Alright, and we made it out of the Nautiloid. And I'm going to go out looking for stuff in a moment, but we are going to take a brief pause here. I'll probably maybe cut the video here, and we will return next time and start to explore this, what did they call it? Ravaged Beach. Ravaged Beach, what they call the whole region? This whole region with the Ravaged Beach we'll be exploring, alright? So I'll probably see you next time for me in a moment.